I play the Japanese version of Umamusume. To learn English, I made this video. In this edition, we will discuss skills. Those who have trained Oguri Cat before will notice that it is easy to win with her. This is because her unique skill, Triumphant Pulse, is the strongest speed skill in the early umamusume meta. It is still used in the current Japanese version. Most skills containing this word greatly are strong, but not all of them. The internal values of skills can be found on a website called Umamusume on GameTora. Comparing Oguri Cap and Rice Shower, the effect values of their unique skills are different. This is the difference of the word greatly. Similarly, Rudolph's unique skill, Behold Thine Emperor's Divine Might, is also strong, but is dependent on running style. There are some bad greatly skills like Sky High Tail Step. This closing the gap to runners ahead condition makes it hard to trigger. Strong skills are ones whose activation conditions are simple, like based on ranking alone. Skills that involve distance to another runner are usually not triggered. In the case of Oguri's unique skill, the only condition for activation is a ranking condition which is easily triggered. This is why it is so easy for Oguri to win. Skills that are hard to activate, like Teo Step, should get balance updates around 4 scenarios later. But even after the update, Teo Step remains one of the harder skills to trigger. As explained, skills with the same icon often have different levels of performance. I will not introduce every skill, only the well-known ones. Strong skills include skills with a running style in them, like Pace Chaser or Late Surger, and skills with a distance in them like Medium or Long. These skills have an inexpensive skill point cost and a long duration. SR Agnes Tachyon and Asian Flash give hints for both skills of these distances. Knowing this will help in later PvP. In contrast, Beeline Burst and Straightway Adept are high cost and short duration. These are bad weak skills. You can get Straightaway Adept from Kitasan Black's event, but I'd choose the top option most careers. For Director Akikawa's event options, the bottom one should be the default. Beeline Burst can be used for sprint, mile or dirt careers. However, it is not strong. Common weak skills include Fine Motion's Speed Star and Daiwa Scarlet's potential skill, Killer Tunes. They have short durations and are weak for gold skills. In about 1 year, 2 scenarios later, there will be an update extending some durations. Duration of buffed skills are extended to between 2.4 to 3 seconds. Only Speed Star, for some reason, remains at a mediocre 1.8 seconds. Other strong skills. Tail Held High. You can get hints from a Tazuna Hayakawa support event, a recommended spark to get during career. Lipstream. The description is long but is easily triggered. Remember to get it when you get the hint for it from SR Sweep Tosho. Playtime's Over. Difficult to get currently in the early meta. It will be easier to get down the road. Skills with running style and distance in the name, Tail Held High, Slipstream, and Playtime's Over. You should remember these skills first and foremost. Secondly, for recovery skills, look for mid, early, downhill, and corner. Since this also involves the acceleration mechanic, I will explain starting from basics. In the main story Chapter 2, Japanese Derby, there is an S-rank Mihonoburubon. It has very high stats, while other CPUs have low stats. In the first half of the race, despite the stat difference, the distance gap is not that wide. Positioning in the first half of the race is most determined by running style. Ranking within that running style is based on power, guts, wit, and skills. Speed and stamina are not involved. Things start to change in the late phase of the race. Here is where the speed stat comes into effect. Additionally, in order to maintain that speed, there needs to be stamina, including from recovery skills. Even with high speed, if there is not enough stamina, you will lose on long races. Incidentally, all stats are augmented by 400 in career mode. In this example, the calculated stamina is around 800, which is not enough. For a room match of Tenosho Spring, you need a speed of 1200, stamina of 1200, 2 gold recovery skills, and more if possible. Super Creek or Agnes Tachyon, with increased potential levels, have a very easy career. Here is an illustration of the race. If you have enough endurance from stamina and recovery skills, your Uma runs like this. Acceleration activates at the start of the late race phase, and they will begin accelerating to 1200 speed. If you don't have enough endurance, acceleration is delayed. If you use a recovery skill, After the start of the late race phase, you will not obtain optimal speed from acceleration. It's better than no recovery skill, but the best scenario is to use recovery skills before the late race phase. For a long time, skills with mid and early in the description will be good. There are many for Pace Chaser that are always triggered before the late race phase. As mentioned earlier, Super Creek and Agnes Tachyon have skills with fixed activation in the mid-race phase. You can use unique skill inheritance to acquire these skills. I recommend doing a long Pace Chaser career for them. Grass Wonder with Superior Heal will be implemented later. Will be good for late surger and end closer. Gold Ship's potential level 5 skill. Go Home Specialist is an essential skill for long races. You should collect sashes for it. The other well-known skills are Corner and Straightway Recovery. Straightway Recovery will be later patched to activate mid-race. You can try to get both skills with the second option from the Acupuncturist, which are good for medium and long careers. 777s depends on the distance. It is good for medium, but not great for long as it activates during late race phase. Similar skills include a small breather and extra tank. These are not a high priority. Bad skills involve being jammed or surrounded. These will not be triggered. You can get hints for these skills for free, but they are useless. Narita Taishin's Sleeping Lion is famous for being hard to trigger. In this Japanese server, Arima Kinen race, the Taishin in this position triggered the skill. But for this better positioned, higher ranked Taishin, Sleeping Lion did not trigger. So, you should take Swinging Maestro instead. For recovery skill, take mid, early, downhill, and corner. Self-promotion time. For team trials and champions meeting, skills are picked differently. For team trials, winning races is not the goal. The goal is to get a high score. The higher your team rank, the higher rank opponents you can compete with. This is important since it increases the points you get from opponent rating bonus. How to raise your UMA rank. 1200 for speed and wit. This is easy to get and does not require stamina support cards. Can be used for sprint, mile, and dirt team trials. The distance for dirt team trial is mile. You can also somewhat use this for medium. Those with strong support cards can go for S rank by using power sparks. Rank score calculation. The number of high-value stats is worth more than a better average. The top has 3 high stats and the bottom has 2, so the top has a higher score. How to select skills. Some skills are bad for team trials, like unique inheritance and double circle skills. The ranking points is 239 for a single circle skill, but only 288 for a double circle. For twice the cost at 112 SP, you only get 49 ranking points. Taking another skill with similar SP gives you 239 ranking points. Here is a chart showing that for the same skill points, you will get different ranking points. Double circle is bad. The same goes for unique inheritance skills. Some good skills, you can get concentration using the half anniversary free support. The third method to obtain it is still a long ways off. Gold skill activations are worth 1,200. A bonus called Strong Start is added exclusively for concentration. This is important. Red debuffing skills. Marvelous Wonder has 2. You can also try to get tail held high. I recommend highly motivated players get red skill sparks. The rest is just quantity of skill activations. Get inexpensive skills, weak skills are fine. Basically go for quantity. If you follow what I just explained, you can earn class 6 rewards. After that, team trials become a weekly mission to collect 250 carats. From a Japanese trainer's perspective, team trials are not PvP. The top clubs in Japan don't play team trials. This is not uncommon. The real PvP of umamusume is Champions Meeting, also known as Chammi. It consists of 40 rounds of qualifying races. Rewards go up the more you win. Unlike the qualifiers, the finals are a single race that cannot be redone. You will be on the edge of your seat. I make monthly videos with Chammi information. How to select skills. Proactively get double circle skills. They are stronger than single circle. Green speed skills. For right direction tracks such as Satsuki, Arima, etc., you should also get right-handed double circle skill. It allows you to exceed the upper limit to get 1260 speed. It can be stacked with seasonal skill versions, reaching 1320 speed. The reason fine motion is valued is because it gives hints for both types. You should also get unique inheritance skills, especially ones with moderately or unique skills of original UMAs with greatly. They are stronger than slightly skills. An UMA that ranks highly in team trials will always lose in champions meeting. The goal is not to earn points but to win the race. To achieve top speed, acceleration is necessary. PvP is an acceleration game. Knowledge of this decides who wins or loses. Maruzensky career players will feel certain races, like Japanese Derby, are easier to win due to her unique acceleration skill, Redshift. We will now watch a video of the Japanese server. The Japanese version of the skill looks like this. Take a look at how this unique skill behaves. Once the acceleration skill triggers, she goes very fast, doesn't she? This is what happens when the acceleration skill activates. Next, the fail scenario. The unique skill does not result in any change in movement when activated. Acceleration is meaningless unless it is activated after the late race starting position. In the first video, the late race starting position is here. In the second video, it is here. Redshift is triggered here where it says Final Corner. When acceleration is activated, the speed graph looks like this. Top speed is reached quicker. This is the reason she goes very fast. Of course, you must have enough stamina for this. Stamina is quite necessary for 2,400-meter races. This is why I reserved the middle part of this video to explain this. Why the skill didn't work in the second video is the skill activation position. It is not possible to start reaching top speed until you enter the late race phase. By the way, the long-distance late race starting position is here. This is also bad because you have already finished accelerating. These videos of mine explain the optimal acceleration skills of each racetrack. I will make an English video when the English version of Chammi begins. Team trials are subject to random race conditions, so we cannot optimize acceleration skills. There is one exception. Groundwork is an extremely important lifeline for front runners. However, there are few support cards that give hints for it. More will be implemented later. I will show you a video of how it works. Front runners who activate groundwork and 3 other skills move completely differently. The runner who activates groundwork always takes the lead. When the race starts, you accelerate to a certain speed. Front runners accelerate faster than other strategies because they are the first ones to start running. If acceleration skills are triggered during the opening, the max speed is reached sooner. The principle is the same as before. Groundwork's condition is to activate 3 skills, so we need a lot of green skills. Focus or concentration also count. Early lead and taking the lead have similar descriptions, but they are no good since it's too late. You should wait for an update for these coming in about a year. Anyways, to explain acceleration, just remember that the effects depend on the activation position. In summary, first, get skills with distance and running style in the name. Tail held high, slipstream, and playtime's over. Second, get recovery skills with mid, early, downhill and corner. Thirdly, get different skills for team trials and champions meeting. That's pretty much all for this topic. Thank you. Additional information. For the daily career mission, failing a career counts as completion. Set a low-level support card formation, then fail from insufficient fan count. This takes about 5 minutes and can be used to complete your dailies on busy days.